Okay, this is going to be a test of the rocket launcher system. This is what I'm calling the rocket tube assembly. And I just got it set up in some clamps right now. That'll get mounted on the back of the truck. And then what I'm hoping, and this is why we're doing the experiment. If you look closely, you can see that on the left there is a fuse sticking out. That's for the first rocket. The fuse for the second rocket is tucked up into the first rocket's tube. The fuse for the third rocket is in the second rocket's tube, and the fuse for the fourth rocket is in the third rocket's tube. I'm hoping that the flame from each rocket will ignite the fuse of the next rocket. Guys, we'll see what happens. I'll get you guys a good view here. Back off a little bit. Okay, well, let's touch it off and see what happens. There we go. I've got to call that a complete success. The flame from each rocket lit the rocket next to it and sent them on their way. I'm going to have to make the fuses longer because I got to push the rocket further up into the tube. I've got to figure out how much of the stick I can remove without interfering with the flight of the rocket. So I could probably break it off about right there. Now what I'll do is later I'll test this rocket with a bottle. I might just do it right here, we'll see. And that way I can push it way up in the tube, okay? But then you got to have a much longer fuse, and having a much longer fuse is going to make for much more delay in between the shots. So I don't know, let's blast it as long as it's in there. Now that worked pretty good. The rocket flew pretty straight, so I think I'll make a few more tests. But I think that's going to work. And that's going to be the rocket system. Now I'll have to set this up so that the back of the assembly hangs over the tailgate of the truck. We don't want to melt anything with the rocket flame. But hopefully that'll give you guys an idea of what we're trying to do here. So that's the rocket launcher assembly, tube assembly test. And I'm going to call it a success. It did exactly what I wanted it to. I lit the first rocket, and then that set off the second one, which set off the third, which set off the fourth. Still lots and lots to do, but we're getting there. All right, we'll see you next time.